Jola Osho, okay, Christiana Wulaola, yes, I've already mentioned your name. Who else? Who else? Kenny Onifadi Oshibelu. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Kadi Adeluyi Omolara Kadri. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Molanle Ogunbanjo Tamunokombia. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We are just 13 and I've read about 20 names, Abi. Sib Likwayana. Okay. Watching from Malawi. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for watching us from Malawi. Send to as many people as you can. Send the link to so many people. Let them be aware. Let them know that we are having a program right now. Very interesting, very educating, and very interactive, because we get to read comments and we read it aloud, and that is it. So tonight, my people, you will take me as I am. As I used to say, this is my own view, this is my own opinion. It doesn't have to match yours. Yours might be contrary to mine, but at times, when you listen or you watch, you can gain one thing or the other. It might not even be now, it might be later in the future. It might not even apply to you, it might be applying to someone else in the future. Then we can get to talk about it. And that is it. So, they said, spouse leading double life. We can say the person is dual-faced, olojumeji. My people says when a knife has two faces, is no longer, when a cutlass has two faces, is no longer a cutlass, but rather a sword. Ida is only the sword that have two faces, but a cutlass doesn't. So when you say someone is dual-faced, that is double face. So that is it. So leading a double life means one person who leads two different lives that are kept separate from one another. That means you're leading one life somewhere and is not interacting with another life you are leading in another place. Like one person leading two lives, one person acting in two ways, right? So in the olden days, people use it for comedy. Like you can use, like, you speak like one person, you speak like a woman, you speak like a man, you speak like a child. You can use multiple voices, but you leading different lives. Maybe you have family in Lagos, you have another family in Ibadan. You understand? Or you have one abroad, you have one in the country, in Africa. So that is leading a double life. It simply means one person, just one person, who leads two lives, two different lives, right? That are kept separate from each other. They are kept separate from each other. They are not interacting. They are not interwoven. They are not coming into, two different people. So that at times you say, Ototoni, that God created us in multiples, in duals. So, this person looks like so person. Might be the same person. You will never know when they are not twins. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that is it. So, and usually because one of them involves secrets, that is why mostly it happens like that. They keep it as secrets. Like, maybe someone that has children, or even someone that have died, that reincarnated and came like a real human and will be leading his life somewhere else, and nobody will know. It can be for years until alarm blow, or maybe somebody gets to know this is what is happening. If not, the person can stay for years like that. So when you have two lives, right? You have two you are leading two lives. That is, you are a chameleon. I will call you a chameleon who changes colors, right? A chameleon can change colors to anything, any color that suits it, especially according to maybe wherever they are at that particular time. Maybe it can be the leaves around them. It can even be, if chameleon sees you as human, as I'm wearing this, a chameleon can change its skin to be like this immediately. You understand what I mean? So we can call a double-faced person, a dual-faced person, a chameleon also, because they change, they lead somewhere, and they stay somewhere, and then they keep the other one secret by not letting the other activities that is happening on one side to interact with the other side. Often they are all illegal, right? They are illegal. It's just like someone impersonating another person, like people that will now say, I'm an officer, and you are not an officer. They ask you for your name. They said somebody used Raji Fasola's name to board a flight in Nigeria. I don't know how far it is true. They said he used his name to board a flight because they were bearing the same name. Unfortunately, he didn't know Raji Fashola would be traveling, or maybe, I don't know. He got to the airport. They said, Oga, but you flew before now. He said, I didn't fly. I have not flown today. This is my first time. They went and checked the manifest. They found out that someone used his name, and then they said they found the person. It happens when some people will be dressing like an officer, wearing camouflage, you know. And most of the reason why they stopped people from wearing camouflage, because I remember when I was younger, my father was a military man, so I was always, I had knickers for all these camouflage knickers. When I was in college, they warned me. They said I should not wear it again. They warned me at the police station. We were passing the police station. We were even going to the to their basketball courts to go and play basketball. So they asked us, we said we're officers' children. They said, and so that we shouldn't wear it, that we were impersonating the officers. So they asked us to stop. And then if you do something like that, we can call you a double-faced person, or dual-faced person. So we can call you someone that leads double life. So at times, one of the lives might be good and the other will be bad. So it's just like a wife or a husband acting to be a good father, a good husband at home, and whereas is an armed robber or a bad person outside, and nobody will know. So maybe eventually he's being caught. The wife will be saying, no, Kolejo Komi, Layet can never be my husband. He's a very cool guy. He goes to church, Koda go, he officiates in church, he does this, he does that. By the time they open up and see all the evil works the person have done, then the person will now know that the spouse had been leading a double life all along, and that is it. Like if we look at it, right, secret life is not as unusual, because we know people do live secret life, right? Okay, abnormal as you may think, like that, we use them for positive things at times. When your husband is a policeman, right, he comes home like a normal person normally, and but when he goes out, he's a police officer, especially when he has to do private investigation or underground investigations, maybe like a CID. Definitely he's going to be leading a double life, especially when they put him somewhere that he's going to spend years there. Here, if they want to catch somebody, they can input plant an officer in that particular company. The officer might be there for like 2 years, 1 year, 1.5 years, because they want to catch somebody red-handed. Yes. So it might be something that has to do with the government. It might even be something that has to do with the company, or there are some secrets that they want to know about that particular company that they don't trust them. So The government can plant somebody there to be there for months, years. You would think the person came on a normal platform to get a job, and that is it. You won't know is an investigator trying to investigate some stuff. So, Onosoya Adetutu Abimbola Bangboshe, thank you, ma. Thanks for joining. Adiola LC Fola Wewo, thank you. Lawal Sekinat Banke, thank you. Funlola Ajewole, thank you. Idowu Lizzie Ogunkeye, thank you for joining. Dupe Busari Oyeniran Olonjoye, thank you for joining. So, we say, sorry, as I was saying before, I had to acknowledge people. That's why. So we say, that kind of a person, we say the person is living a secret life, because secretly is an officer unknown to where or whoever is living with at that particular time. At times, women too does that kind of job when they will keep them as girlfriends to some notorious maybe I don't want to call them army robber. You know, can be dealers, it can be and it can be done, it can be all those things. So they want to get them red and dead, they want to nail them down, but they don't have enough evidences against them, so they can implant people to do that for them. So those ones, we call them dual-faced people too, because by the time you now say, oh yeah, I walk back, take one, oh yeah, you now see the person going to the other party. So even as friends, there are friends that are dual-faced people. They see you, they smile with you, they joke with you, they say good and lovely things about you in your presence, but they go behind you and say something else, and even do something else. Those, they can even bring, yes, undercovers. God bless you, Abraham Amuso. Thank you, my brother. So they can even go to the extent of nailing you down, or even selling you, like betraying you to somebody to injure you or to harm you. You understand? So those friends, we call them double-faced friends too. So we can say they are leading dual life, because you see them as a good person, you don't know they are bad or evil people. So when it now comes to spousal ones, it's just like husband and wife living together, but not knowing the exact man she has married to, or the exact woman he has married to. David Ayelabola, thank you, my brother. Thank you, Babatunde Abiola. Thank you. Okay. So, and that is it. So, you are sleeping on the same bed with somebody doesn't make the person a good person. Olawunmi Olajide, thank you. Or Blessing Augustine, thank you. So, it doesn't make the person a very good person. You don't know, and Yoruba says, Inu jinjorun lo. That is, the heart of human is farther than even heaven, because you never can tell. You don't know what they have inside. You don't know what they have inward. So that is just it. Ibijoke Ariola Michael, thank you. So that is just it. So someone smiling at you, oh, my husband, my friend, you don't know what they have inwards. And even nowadays that we see husbands to love ìyàwó ẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan, arọ́kọ ìyàwó tó fọkọ ṣe nǹkan, you know, all those, even parents gone ṣe. So anybody can be leading double life. But today I'm just emphasizing on spousal ones, like spouse leading double life. Can be a woman, can be a man, because it takes two to tango. It's not only one man that gets married to himself, man and woman. You know, I'm talking about the normal thing. So, and that is it. So, but when we see, they said the latest research, because in the olden days, men were the ones always doing that, right? They might go somewhere to work, they will have another wife there. Whereas where they were coming from, they had a woman there. They might go to study, they will do the same thing over there. We even see them like officers, they used to say. That's why in fact, till end of life, I will forever commend my late father. He had the opportunity because he was posted here and there. He never did. He was even saying it categorically. And it to be, because he said that was the reason why anywhere they post him, he takes his wife along. So he will not, he said, I don't want anybody to come and mess up my life for me, you know. And those days, you know, in the military, when you mess up, you go and your husband mess up, you go and report him at the office. He's in trouble, but not like nowadays anyway. So there was still fear then. So what I want to now say is, in the olden days, men were the common people. I mean, it was common amidst men in the, men were the ones doing it. It was common in between the men, like doing such amidst. I don't know if I want to use another word for amidst in here, but nowadays they did the research and they found out that yes, and they said 70% of men are doing it that nowadays, while 50% of women are doing it. In the olden days, women don't get to travel that much, you know. Is either you go with your husband, is either you stay with the in-laws while your husband is away. But nowadays, the husband go abroad and keep the wife at home. Before you know it, the man will just say, I love my wife so much. See, once I come back from abroad like this, I touch her, she gets pregnant. Not knowing that the woman had already gotten pregnant before he even came. You know, say, exactly 9 months. My B money. Exactly 8.5 months. That's why we have so many Omale nowadays. So many bastards. They don't, you can't, you know, DNA is bringing a lot of secrets out. DNA. And it's messing so many families, because when a father has been nurturing a child for years and now found out suddenly that he's not the father of the child, you know, and that is it. So research has it these days that 70% of men are leading double lives and 50% of women are doing the same thing. Yes. Constance Oche, excluding my late father, I say it categorically. My father never indulged in so. I know people were doing it. People did it, especially within the first men, really, as you said. But it's just like few of them, exceptional ones, that they didn't do it. And that is it. So now, if they now say today, men are doing it, women are doing it, like we are even raising up, almost competing with the men. Because when they say 50% of women are doing it, so you now see. Some time ago, I learnt a woman, I think it was my brother that was telling me that story some time ago, that the woman had 2 husbands. I think he was from one of these African countries. So he comes to Nigeria to work. When he comes to Nigeria, he can stay like 2 years, 3 years. He will have a child for that particular man. He will go back to their country and stay for another 2 to 3 years. He will have another child over there. I have never seen that before. When he told me, he said initially they thought she was an Akudaya, like she reincarnated when they found out. So it was when they now went to their country, they now said no, she was not. So she was leading that life like that. So I would say that was one or few of the women I have heard about. I have heard about men so many times, but the women are. So for now, research to now be saying that nowadays women are even competing, almost competing. We are almost rising to their number. When they said men are 70%, women are 50%, what's the margin? The margin is just little. You understand? And that is it. So when we now look at that, we now say that means women are now, promiscuity is now so rampant amidst women, right? So adulteress, you know, like everybody's now becoming adultery is now like a water and gari, like common thing that is not even eating. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then that's why DNA is coming up, because a lot of things have changed. A child is looking like you doesn't mean he's your child. According to Owe Mojuba. So, and that is it. So they now said that adultery is now so rampant in everywhere amidst women that even most of the married women are the one doing it more. Right? No, they said men 60%, while women. No, they said men have in their own midst 70% of them are having extramaritals, leading double lives. They now said amidst women, in the midst of women, that 50% of women are doing the same thing. So they are not merging them together. They are just saying, okay, láàrin àwọn ọkùnrin o, láàrin àwọn obìnrin o. That is what they are saying, right? That they are now, it's very common. Yes, it's now. They said they want to legalize DNA, and that would be nice. Immediately, you know, there are some cultures, like in their families, there are some families that they have those things that they do traditionally in their family. So I don't know how authentic it is or how perfect or so it may be. Can you imagine? You can imagine that when they now do DNA, they see David Ayelabola said a case was just unraveled of recent time. DNA showed that the child in question neither belonged to her husband nor accused male friend, meaning a third party was involved. That means the woman had not even two faces now, 3 faces. So what happens? We don't know that all these children, we are tagging them to be like an embarrassment in the society. Now tell me, a child that's 3 or 4 or more men fathered. So how do you want that child to behave in the society? Tomorrow they will call him or her Omali. So you will now be fighting. You will carry rapper and go and fight. That should be a shame, Jari. So now, my dear brother and sister, so they are now asking, what are the causes, right? They said, what are the causes of all these things? Do you know the causes? They said the causes might be emotional, they might be physical, right? Yeah, and they might be intellectual. I'll first talk about the intellectual ones. There are some people that intellectually they did not grow. Right? They did not grow. Right? Maybe they are older and having a child's brain, and that has to be nobody's fault, the way they were created, and we can't query God for that, right? And that kind of a child, it is whatever they introduce to him or her that he or she will think it's a normal thing. Let me read this comment. Shobo Ali Deborah says, my auntie met her husband in school, not knowing that her husband is married with children before coming to school. So when my auntie wants to celebrate her daughter's birthday, the first son of that man came to their house. That is the day the problem started. But eventually, my auntie died. I was sorry. May your auntie rest in peace. I have an aunt too, a great aunt. She passed on, but she was old anyway. The husband, nobody knew. The husband was a magistrate. My people from my family, we understand. They will know who I'm talking about. I won't mention names. So he was a magistrate, And he had 3 children outside, and the wife never knew. Never knew. You know the funniest thing? When the man was to die, he was asking the wife for forgiveness. And the wife was saying, whatever you might have done, I've forgiven you. You didn't offend me. Forget about it. We are one. Please just don't die. I still need you around. This and that. I want to make a confession. Confess. The man no agree confess until it passed. So when they were now doing the preparations, the children came. The first one was 25 years. You could imagine. For a man to have kept a secret of 25 years. How did the woman enjoy the man self? And this was a man, they said, they were closing at work between 4:30. Before 5, he was already home. When was he doing all this? And he had 3 children from the same woman outside. Iba. Some people can keep secret. Because I don't know. So it was when the first daughter outside wanted to get married and said, no, daddy, I'm not hiding anymore. I am walking down the aisle. So you are taking me. And church. And that was the cause of the wahala. The man had high blood pressure, and it's escalates to stroke, and he couldn't cope because he didn't know how he was going to face his wife, his family. And so when they were asking questions, one of his friends knew about it. Right. And then one of their family members. Aside from those 2 people, nobody knew. But when they found out in his belongings, they found the receipt of school fees he was paying for those children. So now tell me, what is it? So if a man could lead a double life for 25 years in a marriage, so now tell me. So, but in those days, we thought it was just men. So nowadays, women are even women ti gba okun. I was watching the popular Egbenusi Mikey, Ijoko Dada ọmọ Nigeria and Woyi. When the woman, 3 men were there. So 3 men were fighting for 2 children. One was saying Emi Moni Mejeji, one was saying Eyo kan tèmi o. You know? Jesus, I don't understand. Initially I was thinking, I was just telling somebody that comic ni wọ́n ṣeré ni, it's a joke, it's a one coffee ṣeré ni, skit ni. I said, he might say skit, this is real and stuff like that. So because I found it so hard to believe, this is what is really happening. 3 men came to claim 2 children. They were saying, Emi molele. No, iwo ko lo ni, Emi mo ni, imo wa saba, imo wa soko. You know, they were saying sort of things. I was just watching. I was like, for real? Because I thought it was skits. I was seeing people using it as skits until I now listened to it and saw it with my own eyes. Koro eyes. So nowadays, that's why some men, they are skeptical about marriage, and why some women too are skeptical about marriage. They don't want to, because they are seeing a lot that are not encouraging. So many, too much. You give 3 children to a man, and you know those children, none of them belong to the man, and you allow the man to labor in vain over other people's children. You could have gone away. When you made money from him, you should have gone away, go and start a new life, and let the man start his own life and have other children. But you denied the man from, you debarred him from having another other children, and you allowed him to nurture your own children. They be a when he was supposed to take glory. Another man now came and said, I see that conscience have gone so far from us. We don't have conscience anymore. It's getting too much. I watched one in South Africa, 6 children, and you made this man to be paying child support. So the man went to jail for not paying child support, only to find out that 6 of them were not his children. Though what he did, you know, like but totori. So you could imagine. So now let's go back to the real show. So if a man, okay, like I was saying, in the intellectual style, maybe the person is not okay upstairs, can be mentally derailed, can be challenged, can be intellectually not okay, or stop at 6, maybe the brain stops growing at a tender age, and then still acting like a child. So anything they do to that person, they will think, oh, is a normal thing. So when it comes here, abele is soon. When it comes here, abele is soon. When it comes, abele is soon, think is a normal thing. And when they have the child, they'll say, "Shebe mi molomo iwoni, shebe mi molomo iwoni." You keep saying to everybody, and that is it. So, and so I'm sorry. So in a situation like that, what do you expect? That child is, I mean, that person is going to act like, irrespective of the person's age. I can say inye o ṣìṣe way more. We can say it's nobody's fault anyway. But so, and at times, some people know that this person is not okay intellectually, and then they still go ahead and be messing with them. When they now bring the child, and talk about judge you, or you are fortunate they do DNA now. Even as a community woman to the Yahweh, and that is it. And the person will not even stop. Oh, she mama she lobe. So that one we say But when it comes to emotional and physical, so when the man is not or the woman, you are not emotionally attached to each other, and the man, they find emotion up and down. It's just like a network, looking for network here and there. It might make a man to do so, like kò fún mi l'attention, kò care, kò ṣe gbá, kò ṣàwo, no emotions, and that is why it is very important before you get married. Know each other, talk to each other, ask questions about each other. Then don't stay on that alone. Ask questions around. Look for people around, right? Out of 10 people, you will still see one person that will still tell you the fact. If others are saying, you still see a person that will say, any, you can do this, you can do that. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing applies to men. You want to get married, asigbadura, asigbawe. God has said only, fine. Still ask questions. If there are some things that need to be attended to, then attend see before you know it. And I tell people, if you get married, there's another day we are going to talk about that. We've done it before, but the video got deleted from my Facebook, so I'm trying to do it again. That if you cannot use pregnancy to tie anybody down, don't. If you are not ready, not ready. So when you do it and the result comes, bear the consequences. So don't use that to tie anybody. Don't be silly, because if the person is not emotionally attached to you, there will be loopholes, there will be vacuum, and that vacuum, you can't cover it, you can't feel it, because it's not feeling you. And then you know your importance, you know your worth. When someone is not treating you right, don't force yourself on anybody, because you end up regretting. Don't look about your time, about your age or whatever, or multi degree, or because I have money and you want to settle for just anything. Don't be silly. So one should not just use that as a bait to tie a man down. Or you see that this man really is in need of a child, you are now doing that. The way to feel need fair, not if he hates you, or you want to tie somebody down. All your money you use it to do juju, you will not eat good food. So if you are not emotionally attached to the person, definitely the man will lead a double life. The man will go out, alofeya will sita, and then there are some like that, they will be crying for gender-based children. Then they go out and do those ones. I'll say, oh, dear, because omolomonje, ti mama e oba bie. It takes two to tango. If they don't come together, they won't have you. They won't have you. That's the norm. They won't have you. Even I see blood bank, sperm bank. I want to go and get children from sperm bank. I want to go. Donate. So it takes two to tango, whether you like it or not. So don't, because of that, tie any man down. That is it. And then if the emotion is not there, definitely the marriage might not last. Or if the man ojunti, maybe this person have put so much effort in this relationship, or the person have spent so much money, so that I won't break his heart or her heart. Let me just go and stay outside and be doing it. Let them walk back. Before you know it, the one outside too, we want emotions, we want love. Show me love. You can't go, stay here. Before you know it, you end up becoming a single mother, while the man will flee and go and marry. I'll stay with another woman outside. And that is it. So, if the emotion is not there, there is nothing you can do. Read in between the lines. Open your eyes. As Mama Funke Adejimo will say, he say, marriage, say love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. Why are you waiting till you get married before you open your eyes? If you close your eyes, enter. That's how you go waka like baby and come out, because that eyes, you will not be able to close it what if for down. So the best bet is to look before you leap. Before you make any decision, please try, pray, think. Don't use like pity. Don't mistake pity for love. Why? Don't pity anybody. The person will see his or her own match. Look for yours. Move ahead. Forge ahead. Waka. That is it. Don't force yourself on anybody. Shine your eyes where. Yes, ma. Shine your eyes where. Don't force yourself on anybody. And that is it. That is what is happening these days. A lot of people, they will mistake pity for love. I know why now you being mama, now you being papa. Don't shine anybody. Let him go. That particular time might be hard, but by the time both of you go separate ways, and you now see each other in future, you say, thank God I didn't force myself on you. Thank God, me too, I didn't marry you by force, because God would have even let both of you to meet your own bone of the bone and the flesh of the flesh. And that is it. So be very careful. Don't force yourself on any man. And that is it. So if you don't want a double-faced life, make sure you are going with somebody you are emotionally attached to. I sent a video to somebody yesterday. I watched it on Instagram. There's this couple that does all this gospel stuff. So brother and sister, they were so fond of each other, they liked each other and everything. And then the pastor was now saying, you people are fond of each other. When the sister left, why don't you get married to her? He said, no, me, Sister Lagbaja, oh no, I cannot marry Sister Lagbaja. We are just friends. She's just my friend. We are just fond of each other. The man said, one, you are compatible. You talk. Hardly would I see you one day that you people will not talk. That means you were friends. And it's good to marry your own friends. She's just my friend though. Hey, marry her. She's just my friend. How can I marry her? They say, did she make any advances? A few times she made advances. But I told her, no, we are just friends. The man said, grab your copy before a waka go. Lo and behold, the sister came and said, I came to give you my invitation card. Say, oh, you, who go marry you? Are you underestimating God in her life? The guy said, here is the invite. I've come here to ask you to come to my wedding. He said, who wants to marry you? So, brother, so. Brother, so. Who knows? Maybe brother, so does not even know Jack, does not know when you people started your friendship. Maybe brother, so just came within few months or a year. And you and her, that you have been together for long. You understood each other. You talk where you do. You now say, no, me lefe. Then what were you doing? Why were you so emotionally attached to her? Or why were you so close to her or him? And the man now went, and then the lady went and got married. When the lady left, the brother cried. Say, eh? Because he thought they knew both of them together. Nobody will want to come for a hand in marriage. So you want to use that person's life, take play kite, waste our time. My dear brother and sister. Now so Okotutiloni brother and Wawasi, when the car has gone already, was now waving. The girl has gone. Went to the pastor said, but I told you, you said you were not emotionally attached to her. Brother, so I've come now to win jackpot in TNE. They say, that sweet girl, that homely girl. So you knew all these qualities, but you were bent on wasting her time. And that is it. So if you are emotionally attached to somebody, that is it. But if you are not, you can't force it. Right? You can't force it. Then we now come to a narcissist. I know we know who a narcissist is. How do I describe? A narcissist can have more than double life. They can have 3, 4, 5 faces, 4, 5 lives that they are living. Right. So they are selfish. They are selfish to the extreme. It's all about them. They don't care. Even about their children, they don't care. They don't care. Everything just to be for them. They don't mind anybody's physical need. You need anything, they don't care. They don't want to know. So far, it's just like somebody that was asking me when I newly came here. I didn't have papers. So he was not saying, why you are doing menial jobs. You shouldn't be doing menial jobs. Go back to school. I said I would have loved to go back to school, but I had some bills to pay, this and that. Say, well, that's my own coin, so of what do they call it? My own piece of advice for you. I said okay. So sometime later, he asked me to buy him phone. I said, I'm doing a menial job. Phone. He said, look for money that there, this and that. I said, okay. You know what he now told me? I said, I don't have money. The little I have, I'm trying to gather. It's not even enough to pay my kids' school fees. I want to pay for my daughter's school fees and my children's school fees. He now said, at least you are working over there, you can still get money. You can imagine. If you are not a narcissist, how can you say, I should use my daughter's school fees to buy you phone? And you know when he won't finish everything, when he was about to cut the phone, auntie, please, it's a camera phone that I want to. I said, okay. I said, I hope you don't mind if it's not new. He said, no, he doesn't mind. I said, okay, you will wait. When I get money, I will buy. And that was how I cut the call. Me, where they talk to, I no get money buy camera phone. Na pe mi pada one room I dey use. So, a narcissist will always be self-centered. Yes, they are self-conscious. Just about them. They don't want to hear anything. Yes, what you have to answer to them. That is just it. Them. So they don't even mind their kids. They lack empathy. They don't care. They don't have sympathy for anybody. And your mama died. My friend, get out. Mama, how can you? ìyá alágbájá, why are you so crying? Why are you still crying? And because your mom died, and so kí wá ní ká ṣe mama tèmi òkú ni. My friend, bọ́ sí kitchen kó lọ sóúnjẹ fún mi, tó bá ṣe tán kó bọ́ sórí bed. No emotions, no empathy, no sympathy, no human feelings, nothing. Yes, they just love themselves. And then they have this self-entitlement. The sense of entitlement that these are the people that see wives as piece of clothes, as property. Mo ti rà, mo ti sanwó ẹ̀, mo ti sanwó orí. Gbà tó sanwó orí, owó orí tó san náà fi bọ̀. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the kind of people they can live. And these are the people that when they get to church, oh, may the Lord bless you. So who will say that this kind of a person was acting like that at home? You could never tell. Never. Is that not two-faced? Right? And this is the same person. That we go to other people's house and say, Baba Lagbaja, you should be giving your wife money to buy food now. Why are you doing that? He will settle them. Those ones, we call them Adaranijo, because when they go outside, they are good. But when they are home, they are lions. Lions. Yes. Entitlement, sense of entitlement. So that's how they see their wives, like property. Emi money. Oh. You don't have a say. What I say, obey me. Obey like a zombie. When I say this, you go. When I say that, you go. You don't have to, yeah. You don't have to give me a complaint. No. Those are the types of men that have double face. Zombie. Narcissist. A narcissist we condemn, no matter how you place value on that thing, we condemn it to be a piece of rag in your presence, and you will feel worthless. They don't see anything good in you, right? Fine, but we are talking about the kind of life they can lead. They can lead 4 or 5 lives. So when you talk about them, they can even become Tyson. And you will see the person will be running for a cockroach outside. Cockroach! Say, Baba Lagbaja ton safanyan. Not knowing that my Tyson in Ule. You understand what I'm trying to say? So those people can lead different kind of lives that nobody can tell. Nobody can say, this is it. So what are the effects, like side effects of double life when if the spouse is leading a double life? One, they won't even be truthful to themselves. How much more being truthful to their spouses? Mama fi irọ́ parọ́, irọ́ ama gori irọ́, telling one lie to cover another lie. Some people will say, like somebody posted something. I don't know what happened when they said, did you hear the gunshot? He said, my husband told me, but I didn't believe him because he lies a lot. On the camera. You can imagine. So, if somebody can be telling lies so much that the wife even knows him to be, Baba Mule. You understand what I'm saying? So they will be telling one lie to cover another lie. Baba Lagbaja, where are you coming from? Ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó ṣe naming ceremony. Maybe he was the one even doing naming ceremony, or he went to see the other woman. So they can never be truthful to themselves. How much more being truthful to their spouse? Right? Then it can even lead to depression. Okay, when the truth is in your stomach like butterflies, you can't say it out. You can't tell your wife that you cannot. You cannot. At the end of the day, it will affect you. Emotionally, it will affect you. depression can set in, anxiety can come in, panic attack. Someone will knock the door, you think it's the cops coming. Hey! Someone will knock the door, you think it's the girl you have impregnated. Huh? Abi, someone will knock the door, or maybe you are going by the roadside, you get knock out, go, you fall down, thinking àwọn other side ló wá yìnbọn. Àbí bóyá wà ní court tí kò sọ nílé, and the wife doesn't know, or the mother doesn't know, or the children doesn't know, and you now see people fighting, you cover fire, but you think àwọn gangi ló dé. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely it will be like that. Eating disorders can set in, because the person won't be able to concentrate anything like on my shit. Even you just come, hear this one. I bet you like because anxiety it doesn't know what to do. Then next thing, jele. Gentle yekoje misbehaving, acting weird. Because OCD, and before you know it, self-harm can come in. Because when you eat what you're not supposed to eat, when you're not supposed to eat it, that is number one. And number two, might even say, who can see any bogboro what? Ẹ̀yin àgbàre ó sàn jojo àgbàre lọ. Jẹ́ kí n kúkú ṣe the needful. Kí ni needful? Kò tian. Ṣé kìí ṣe self-harm. Àbí kò sọ pé, well, you know what? Tí n bá rí ẹ pẹ̀lú obìnrin, àbọ́kùnrin, máa ṣe é léṣe, máa ṣe ra mi léṣe. People are doing it. Especially tó bá jẹ́ narcissist. People are doing it. Narcissist. Whatever. People are doing it. People are doing it. So why? Why lead a double life in the first instance? Why? Pressure ti wà o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, wàhálà. Pressure ti wà o, pressure ni. Because you're the one pressurizing yourself. Nobody gave you the pressure. You're the one giving yourself unnecessary pressures. And that is it. So, eating disorder, self-harm, panic attack, so, it will control the person's behavior, and the person will be acting weirdly. So, people will not even understand him or her anymore. When this one talk, why are you because like butterflies. He cannot say. He can what if? What if? What if? What if? Like somebody, they said the person had, I think the person was a woman. She had a property and it was unknown to the husband. And you made the husband to be paying house rent. And when the husband cannot afford, you will pressurize the man until the man look for money to pay, not knowing it was the wife that owns the house. Now, alarm want to blow. You are now running helter-skelter. Or maybe the person found out. Medicine over death. There's nothing you can do about that. Ashiriti too. So, all these things affects people. It can even control your behavior. Insecurity will set in because you won't feel secured. You won't feel secured. We'll say, I heard my sister-in-law packed into that house. Hey, she will know I have another wife here. Hey, how will I do it? Hey, Yomo, oh yeah, come in. Lock the door. No, don't leave the door open. No. What are you doing outside? Don't go and play outside. Get inside. Ìbẹ̀rù ti dé, ẹ̀gbọ́n rírì. You'll be scared upon nothing. Afẹ́fẹ́ ti fi àtìrí fúru adìyẹ. àti ìkọ́ṣà pàmílẹ́rìn látàárọ̀. It's true. Fúnkẹ́ Sarah Ajíbádé afẹ́fẹ́ ti fẹ́ àti rí fùrọ̀ adìẹ. Exactly. Exactly. May the Lord help us. So, and one thing we want to understand is you can love two people like a mother can love multiple children, but don't make mistake, you can never love them equally. You can't love them equally, whether you like it or not. What that one has will be omitted in this one. What this one has will be omitted in that one. If that one knows how to cook, that one might be good in bed. The other one might be able to have children, and both sexes, ọkùnrin àti obìnrin. This one might be having only girls. So whether you like it or not, it's just for you to take what God has deposited in your bag with faith, love, compassion. That is it. If not, until one the issue, why didn't they call we so you are looking for what is not. You create problem for yourself. Exactly. That is it. You can't love two people the same way. It's just like a mother. There are children that will be very obedient, and there are some that can ask questions for Africa, and there are some that you will send them message, they are still sitting down there. Yes, ma. As if 5-10 minutes you have thought they have gone. Oh, now say, oh yeah, where is it? Say, can't even remember what you sent him or her. There will be a child that will be very good in school, at school, and there will be another one that can be slow. That doesn't say they are not. All of them are useful. Like a program we did on Monday, after my program, I was invited. I think I told you people. I said it. No child is useless. That is it. So I'm just saying that. So you cannot love two people equally. Possible. It's only that you will just try not to show. But when it comes to wives, different women, you will show it. Whether we like it or not, you will show it. You can be attracted to multiple women. You can like multiple women. You can like several people. But you cannot like them equally. You cannot love them equally. That is just the point. That is just the point. And that is where polygamy sets in. But if it is a woman that is doing it, you are married, and you are a man, you are married, you are still going to marry someone else illegally outside, bigamy, and all these things. There used to be laws for them, and now when they want to do agbere, they want to do shino, that is when they will say, show me in the Bible or in the Quran that says we should marry one wife. Go. Ojú ẹ máa tó já. Be very careful. So if you are leading a double life, kò pay ẹ. And then it can cause untimely death for the person. Yes. And so see, when you're having panic attack, you're having insecurity, you're having what is it called? Eating disorder. You cannot control your behavior. You'll be thinking about irrational things. You'll be thinking about so many things that are awkward. Copay, and the funniest thing, one can even catch disease. Sexually transmitted disease. There are some that can be reversible. Maybe you take medication, you do this, you do that. And what about the ones that are irreversible? There are some that can send someone to death that can kill somebody, untimely death. So, kita, what is the point? What is the point? What will be the outcome? Iku. Wasting of time and money. God bless you. Wasting of time and money. The little money you're supposed to spend at home. The money you're supposed to spend on 3 children. You want to spend it on 7, 8 children. And you want to get the same result. It's impossible. Impossible can't. Only possible. No. You now be seeing your mates. Yeah? They have 2, 3 children. And they're able to care. Whereas you are making money more than the person. But the way you are spending your money, go. And age has nothing to do with maturity or sense. So age has nothing to do with that. There are some people that are not sensible. Whether you like it or not, no. Could it work? Ben, it can work. AIDS, yes. Yeah. And then when you have too many children, in the olden days, we know so many children that they still didn't talk well of their father. Say, excuse me, my father knew he didn't have money. Yes. My sister have said everything. Jola Osho Christiana Wurala, she said HIV, STDs is part of HIV, and thunderbolt. Magu. You climb up. Maybe someone else is eyeing the woman, or even someone else's wife, maybe someone else's girlfriend, or someone that has invested on her, thinking he's going to marry her. And now see one away coming to the woman. And then they put thunderbolt for the man. Double-edged sword. Kopeo is not the best. I know at times we make mistakes. I know at times some people, especially because one thing I want us to understand is some people will say, "Oh sheshi, how did it sheshi? Is it oh sheshi that you went there? Oh sheshi that you spoke to her? Oh sheshi that both of you undressed? Oh sheshi that you climbed her?" Which one is the Osheshi there? If you don't want trouble, you avoid it. How do you avoid trouble? You know it. Avoid it. So that story that touches the heart will not occur at the end of the day. It's the devil. Now, the devil sit down. Even God himself says, Jacob I love, but Esau I hate before they are born. Love himself says so. Stop deceiving yourself that you can love 2 persons at the same time. You can love 2 persons at the same time, but you can't love them equally. Right. You can't love them equally. You will love one more than the other. The love you have for someone will supersede the other one, whether you like it or not. There's nothing like Osheshin. That is it. It's a personal decision. It's what you decide. It's what you want. Yoruba says, if you don't want to go on that route, then avoid it. You can avoid it. And because you had it in mind already, it was your intention. So you can't say, if they push you there, why don't you push yourself out? Why don't you warn your friends? If they know, they will be saying, Pastor man, don't go there, that is it. Because they know you are not interested, you don't want to do it. Àgùntàn tó bá bá járìn á jẹ̀gbẹ́. Àìrọ́, ó fẹ́ jẹ̀gbẹ́ ni. Ó máa padà jẹ̀gbẹ́. Ó máa padà jẹ̀gbẹ́. You work with a womanizer, has multiple girls, multiple babes, multiple wives. Definitely one day, and you ẹ̀yin méjì lẹ̀dẹ̀ wá wá. Ọ̀rẹ́, mélèé náà ẹ kànjọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ bí tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. It's your intention. At times, some people want to do all this because they don't have money yet. Let them receive one ease like that, one small money, chicken and money. They can't come with one demon. They'll be acting anyhow, talking anyhow. Before you know it, yeah, what's the meji? 2 wives, 3 wives, 4. What for? Even if you have issues with your spouse, talk it out. Go for counseling. It is nǹkan tó wà nínú ọ̀mùtí ló ti máa ń pamọ́ nínú. It is what you have on mind that you act out. Don't say somebody did this, somebody that. You want to. That is just it. So, kí ni ìdíkọ́ tó gbogbo ẹ̀? Vanity upon vanity. Even the children will not like it. They will not enjoy you. The time you are supposed to share with them, and then you will work and work and work. The time you are supposed to enjoy the labor of your fruits, the reward, sickness will set in because you have overused yourself. Even sexually and everything, you have time conscious. Go Nemo, because the time you are supposed to spend with the children to have good memories of you, you have shared it. You don't even have time for the children at home. They can't say much about you. And then at old age, you'll be expecting miracle. You want them to be so close to you. Only possible when they were not close to you when you were young, when they were young. Aran coming, kilo koelara. Kilo koelara. Why? You're supposed to work 8 hours. You will add extra hours because you want to give there. The time you're supposed to rest, you're on the run. Working. The time you're supposed to rest, you're not resting. And before you know it, when old age comes, when you're supposed to rest and relax, all the rest that you did not observe will now fire back at you. You now be having issues, one health challenge or the other. I'm not saying that is the only thing that causes it. Some are genetic, some is nature, some it just happen. But if it is you that you are sharing black market up and down, you are the one doing Mr. Donatus, you are donating everywhere. You donate here, you donate there. And Mrs. Receiver, you receive here and there. Let's take time. Health is wealth. It's part of it. Even health-wise, it's not advisable. Because all these things we have mentioned, insecurity will affect your health. Anxiety will affect your health. Panic attack will affect your health. Are those not health challenges? Let's just be careful. May the Lord help us. I hope I'm able to pass some messages tonight. We can still change. It's never too late. Whenever you wake up is your morning time. So it's never too late. If you have done it before, I'm not saying, don't be me saying you. You. And that is there. I remember a musician some time ago, and he did restitution, and I don't know how he did the other wives. At least he stayed with the first wife. We saw it. And women too, men are not the first men. Don't force men, no. Why is your own missing? You pray to God. God will give you yours. It is well. Lord. Thank you so very much for having me tonight. I still remain Oluwabi of Thoughtful Events or Abi Busi. Thank you. Please keep bringing people. We have reached 300 on Thoughtful Event 2. We are slow. Please, let's go. Let's keep going here. I see the opportunity. That is it. Said a lot of old mama and papa walking along the road as if they don't have children to cater for them, and some have good children who are comfortable, but their behavior to their kids. Exactly. I be a father that you never paid the children's school fees. It was their mother that was doing everything. Or maybe their mom passed on. You went and took in another wife. You abandoned those children, and those children were able to manage to climb to the top. The vacuum is there because when they needed you, there's no bond. Even some of them will say, mo kàn fún mommy mi lówó oúnjẹ ni, mo kàn fún daddy mi lówó oúnjẹ ni, to fulfill all righteousness. They won't deserve it. We see children saying it. We see even children, adults of my age, saying it. Mo kàn tọ́jú mommy mi ni o, wọ́n deserve it, wọ́n ṣàbíamọ. You can imagine that. Daddy mi, I just had to. Nítorí pé mommy mi ti kú ló jẹ́ kí n tọ́jú daddy mi o. Daddy mi ò wọ́ ọ̀tẹ̀, wọ́n deserve it. We see it. We hear it. Please, keep sharing. Connect, bring people to the group. We have YouTube. We are going to use YouTube too because we need YouTube. That is where I deposit all these videos. I didn't start on time, so I've lost some videos. I will be redoing them. Some topics that we have treated before, we will still do them again because I've lost some videos. So I'm putting them on YouTube now. If you go to YouTube, I have close to 80 videos there. Yes, I have close to 80 videos. Both fun, little talks like this and everything. Share, Benny. Yeah, to see Mike. Thank you so very much. God bless you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Then you share, and people are watching. Make you. I've been doing this for over a year. I've never made a dime, 1 naira. Enjoy Shanu Aje. Muloya speaker ni o. Muloya speaker. Please help me. Help me. I want to do more than this, but agbára kún mi because I'm the only one doing it, right? I don't have a sponsor and I've not been making money. If I make money on it, I'll be able to donate the more, but I have not. It is well. So on Mondays, we're having our online market squad and reality corner. And then we'll be having, every Thursday, we'll be having 8:30 p.m. as we had today, where we'll have our live talk, the interactive ones, Tamamu, different topics. And if you have a particular topic, let me know. That is it. Some people sent me topics. I'm working on them. I've already even had people to talk to us, but their timing, people are working, it's not easy. So their timing is not correlating with ours. But very soon, by God's grace, interchangeably, we'll be bringing people to talk to us. Yeah. So that it will not be happy all the day, all the time. Thank you so very much. I still remain my very humble self. I love you all for sharing, for coming online. As usual, be waiting for your data. I'm supposed to have increased the data, but we are not watching enough. So I can't afford more than that. So that's why. Yeah, by now, you can see my data to do even cash. So, but it is well. Help me, oh, help me. Help me, help me, help me. It is well with us. Thank you so very much. I still remain myself and I love you all. See you on Monday by 7 p.m. Nigeria.